Ayo, Rogers here with a track guide for the next track in the Apex Stalkers F1 and GP2 series. This is Circuit of the Shores, made once again by JVD. Thankfully this time JV decided to take some of the tyre lines out just due to a popular decision that was making the racing a bit one-dimensional. It was more about waiting for people to make mistakes, but honestly the way he's redesigned this track now has allowed for some immense battles. You'll see here as I have left the first lap in, the battle I have here with Murphos. It's incredible, to be quite honest. Really fun for a first lap. Wasn't really expecting this. I thought I'd get bogged down with all the guys behind me. But yeah, that's the first corner. Murphos just nicking it up the inside. Slight bit of contact. He does let me back through, but then I sort of cut him off and I wait for him to go through. But taking the inside into here, this chicane's quite hard. It's quite a long, drawn-out chicane. Tough to take high speed. This little thing here is really tough, especially when you're following somebody as closely as I'm here to Murphos. Trying to keep the car steady, just trying to follow him as closely as possible. Murphos is incredibly quick. I don't want him to get away at any point. Now this is the new bit that JV's put into the track. Has opened the track out a little bit. There's a little bump here. You see Murphos just makes a tiny mistake there. Goes slightly wide, which allows me to nip up the inside into the hairpin. I do try to close off the switch back, which Murphos does here. He does force his way back through on the inside though, which is fair enough. I give him the room. As we come up to the final corner here, he completes the pass, and there we go. That's the first lap. Pretty intense. So anyway, onto the lap. I believe this lap's around a 1:23, nothing too spectacular, but solid race pace for both GP2 and F1, just due to the track being so short this time around. Now we're heading up into the first corner here. It's all about spotting the braking points on the entry. Try and keep it as tight as possible to the apex, and keeping it away from the barriers and the exit as well. If you hit them, you will lose a lot of speed, as well as the tyre lines on the second part of the corner there. Now this is a battle between me and Sean going into the first corner. As you see, I do have a better run out of the exit, the last corner, which allows me to go around the outside up into the first corner. Sean just squeezes me out to the outside and defends that corner beautifully. Doesn't even give me a chance really, and as you see there, I lose it on the exit. Anyway, on with the rest of the lap. You see Sean's trying to overtake me into the chicane up here. First part's a right-hander. You want to take this quite tight so you can get a good entry for the second part of the chicane. The same applies to the next chicane up the road here, which is a tighter one. Keep it nice and tight on the entry. Really opens up on the exit for you to get the throttle down. Now through the right-hander up here, you just want to let the car roll in. Let the speed carry you through there. The same up here on this left-hander. Don't clip this too much, it will send you wide. And next up is a double apex left-hander. Just keep it nice and tight through there. The next right-hander after this is a bit of an issue, which you'll see now. Now you'll see what I mean as we head up into the this section again here. You'll see I'm following Sean, trying to keep on his pace here. Goes around the double apex corner and just takes it a little bit too tight on the right-hander, which causes the car to skid out a little bit and loses a hell of a lot of traction and time, allowing me to skip around the outside into the hairpin. Back onto the lap again. You see me going through that right-hander, kind of smooth, not too great, but still managed to keep the car maintaining momentum. Into the hairpin there, broke on the gravel, which really didn't help my braking point at all, sort of sending me a little bit wide and skidding. Now down this straight, all about just looking out for the braking point, making sure you can clip that apex really well, get yourself a really good exit onto the main straight. And there you go, that's a lap of Circuit of the Shores. Now I thought I'd add this overtake in because it is a really spectacular overtaking manoeuvre around the outside into the last corner. You see Sean gets uber confident on the brakes, just carries the speed around the corner and manages to take me on the outside there. Pretty spectacular. If anybody manages to pull that off in the race, then full on kudos to them. So that's pretty ballsy.